Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 and the 2026 season update mod. Tonight, round 6 of our first season. We're with Aston Martin, struggling, and we're heading to Monaco. But just maybe a lucky hat will help things in our favour. Who knows? I got the Aston Martin hat on tonight for the Aston Martin team. Monaco, and hopefully we'll get our first engine turning point after this as well. We will be loading our save into the database editor on conclusion of this Grand Prix to see if we get an engine upgrade, and if so, how that works, because we've not got one of those yet. So that'll be kind of cool to see. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who is curious about how these are going to work. So a bit of excitement at the end of hopefully a decent enough race for us. Let's take a quick update as to where we are. As far as the standings go, yeah, no points yet. We are 10th, as expected, as is our target with the board. The long-term objective for next season is to be the Constructors' Champion. Don't think that's going to happen next year. But we'll see how much we can improve the car this year. Who knows? Maybe these engine upgrades will give us a nice little kick forward, because we definitely have, of all the engines on the grid, we definitely have the worst one. Yeah, maybe Honda will come good in the next couple of races. Who knows? Let's see where we are in the drivers' standings. Well, again, 0 points, so down near the bottom. Lance completely at the bottom in 22nd, Fernando in 19th. We are in that sort of lockstep fight with the Cadillacs at the moment, and we're doing well with one of our drivers, not so well with the other one of our drivers. So, yeah, that could be a little bit better. Let's take a look at the car. Everything is pretty terrible, apart from engine cooling. Engine cooling's really good, which, you know, if you know your Newey cars, is probably the one thing that should be really bad. He likes to pack things in so tight that it definitely has an issue with engine cooling. We've seen multiple Red Bulls catch fire as a result of that, and we've seen issues like that with both Williams and McLaren in the past as well. But you know, we've got pretty good engine cooling. Everything else is terrible. Tyre wear in particular is horrifically bad. Worst on the grid by quite some margin. And then look at the low speed. I say by some margin. I'm talking obviously against the average values. These little dotted lines here, these little above and below indicators are where the grid average is. So in comparison to a top team, yeah, we are way off. Speed is bad. Straight mode is bad. Downforce is bad. Everything about this car is bad. We do have some new upgrades on the way. We've got a new rear wing, a Mark III rear wing, and a Mark III suspension on the way. I'm hoping they will give us a nice little bit of improvement. We've got a chassis research project going through. And then we are building some spares at the moment as well. We've got a spare chassis going through, well, a couple of chassis going through, and we have a spare side pod going through as well. In terms of what's actually fitted on the car, if we go into our warehouse, you can see we have the Mark III chassis. We only have the one at the moment, and sure as hell not going to give that to Stroll. We're going to give that to Fernando. We have Mark II front wings on both cars. Tempted to take one off Stroll on this circuit. We've got a Mark III rear wing on both cars. Side pods, we're still on the Mark IIs. We are working on a spare for those at the moment. We are still on the Mark II underfloors. And we've got one Mark II suspension spare. I really don't want to give that to Stroll. Really don't want to give that to Stroll. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Evening, Dino. Evening, Wayne. Evening, Foamy. Good to see you guys. Let's have a little bit of advancing of time, shall we? Alright, our chassis research project is done. We don't have enough money to do anything else at the moment. We've got less than 55,000 in the bank, which is pretty terrible. So we're just going to have to advance time a little bit more. And let's see. Going to be cold, according to this. Will be dry. Let's see what the temperatures are going to be looking like. 21 degrees, that's not too bad. This circuit is quite good on tyres. Or at least it was on the previous version of Realistic Racing. I did some testing over the weekend, and we are now once again going to try using the 2026 regulation Realistic Racing that came out at the same time as its mod originally. I ran the first race with both, the version that we were running last week and then the updated version, and negligible difference, if any, in the way the battery is performing. So maybe it was just a really bad track, Suzuka, in terms of the way the battery is optimized. But yeah, for whatever reason, it was not good at that circuit. It seems to be okay at the other ones that we've done. So yeah, but in the previous modular version of Realistic Racing, one of the things that was done was to reduce tyre wear slightly on this circuit to represent the fact that it had been recently resurfaced. So I don't know if that's carried over into this new version of Realistic Racing that we're running, but I guess we'll find out if tyre wear looks pretty good. It's going to be a little hard to judge because our tyre wear is so bad that maybe we won't really see the benefit of that, but I do think some other teams definitely will. I think we're going to have to two-stop this race, unfortunately, unless we try a really brave one-stop. But if it's going to be cold, that's going to make that really tricky to save tyre wear. So we'll see. We'll see. Evening, Stan. Let's get our targets set. Do I think I can get 18th with Fernando? I'd like to say yes, but I just don't know, because our car is so bad around here. We're really going to feel that. We're going to get lapped at least twice, I would imagine. Safety cars notwithstanding. There could well be retirements that will bump us up the order, and that little bit of extra cash would be nice, but I'm going to go 20th. I think that's a safer bet for us. And lowest option we can do for Stroll is 21st. And the only way I think we're going to get that is if there is a retirement. So there's a chance that we're going to leave some money on the table here tonight, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Welcome along to one of the biggest weekends in motorsport, here in Monaco. Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo.
In the Constructors' title battle, it's Mercedes who are currently leading. But that could still change with so many rounds left ahead of us.
Now let's crack on with the weekend.
If I turn the mic back on, there we go. Have I seen the change in combustion electrical power splits? I've seen the agreement. I don't know if it's actually been signed into effect for next season yet. That might be a little further down the line, but Yeah, I've seen that there has been an agreement reached. I'm just not sure if they have actually gone ahead and confirmed it as a definite rule change for next season yet. I'll have to dig into that a little bit more. Right, let's start with some setups. Let's start first of all as well, actually, by swapping out a few parts. There we go. And yeah, fine on that gearbox there. Car setup, I'm just going to go maximum downforce. Let's go with an 8.2. I'm going to whack that all the way up. That's too much. Let's go to about there. Let's bring that down a bit. Get that right on the edge. Yeah, there we go. We'll go with that. Run plan, let's go with 20 laps. It's 21 laps if you want to do 2 separate runs. We're looking to get some feedback in and then maybe call them in early if we're a long way off, which we may well be. Again, we'll do the run plan. Do I use... Do I keep an extra set of hard tyres? No, I think we'll. I think we're going to have to two-stop this, so we'll go with this. Once again, we'll go maximum downforce. There we go. Let's see if we can get away with that all the way up. Not quite. So again, we'll bring that down a bit. Push down up a little bit more. Let's maybe go something like that. We'll give that a go. Let's see if it's any good. All we need to do is car parts, don't we? Let's do those now. Older engine. And there we go. We'll go with that gearbox as well. There we go. Okay. Ready to send them out. Let's see how we do. Should have said it out first.
Radio check.
Loud and clear. And try and get some brake temp before you start the push.
Yeah.
Radio check.
Oh yeah, I know about the drama with the Aduos. It is interesting in the way that they've decided to measure it. They did it purely on the V6 engine itself, just the ICE, without taking any of the other factors into it. So while Mercedes has definitely got the best overall powertrain package, their engine itself was deemed to be less powerful than the Red Bull engine. Which shows one of two things. It shows how good the overall powertrain package is at Mercedes. It shows how good the actual ICE is at Red Bull. Considering it's the first time they've ever made an engine, so fair play to them there. But it also shows how far off they are with other areas, perhaps. You know. Yeah, it's a very interesting way that they decided to measure that. It's certainly raised a lot of eyebrows. I mean, everyone was expecting Mercedes to be the top engine because they've won every race, and they've looked the quickest by quite some way. But yeah, it's going to make things a little interesting. Mercedes will now have the opportunity to add an extra upgrade this year and next year. Ferrari will get 2 upgrade opportunities this year and 2 next year, as will Audi and Honda, and Aston Aston. Red Bull won't get any. But of course, all the teams that are from Ferrari on down are on a sliding scale. Once you're more than 4% behind, there's that sliding scale. So the further off you are, the more bench time you get, more dyno time you get to actually test the engine, and the more money you can spend as well. So, yeah, very, very strange. But it has kind of made a little bit of a mockery of the whole purpose of the Agile, which is to allow the least powerful engines to catch up. And now the benchmark engine powertrain combo, whatever you want to call it, the benchmark powertrain now gets to improve itself over one of its rivals, which is a weaker overall package. It does seem very, very strange. They tried to do it, I think, in a way to not let engineers and teams game the system. Yeah, I still think there has been a degree of that going on. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Right, let's speed them up a little bit. And get them avoiding curves.
How are the tires?
I wonder if history is going to repeat itself for us tonight, and we'll see Lance Stroll locking up at Anthony Noakes. I hope not. But we shall see. Fuck! God damn it, Stroll.
Okay.
Yeah,
That didn't take long. He's just clipped the barrier.
Man, that was such.
He just clipped it. We might have actually got away without any damage to the wing there.
And clearly
Somehow I
then,
don't think we're going to be that
not what
lucky,
everyone in the
but
garage would have wanted to see.
it does mean that we are going to roll back Stroll to the previous spec. If he does damage a wing. And I think we did get away with that. Oh, wow. There was definite contact with the barrier, but it was very, very slight, and we have avoided damaging anything on the car. All right, if you're going to fuck up Stroll, that's the way to do it, without doing any damage. Evening, MST. Evening, Jim Bob.
Yeah, nothing really to say.
Feedback. 91%. That's not bad. Not bad. And ooh, 78% for Stroll.
How is
not
the
so
balance
good.
now?
Let's call them both in.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad.
Can't believe
Yeah, copy that.
Stroll didn't break the car. At least he didn't. A little surprised.
And white line. Stop on the marks, find pre-start rev, switch off.
Okay, we need to bring that in. So that's going to at least be an 8.2. Could he even end up going to a 7.3? Maybe not. We need to do that. We need to push that up a lot. Bring that back in a bit. Looks like that could be good. Let's see how we do with Alonso's changes. How far away? I think that might need to change. I'm going to bring that to a 7.3. And then... I don't know about that. too much. We'll try it. We'll see. Evening, Mike. Surprised they didn't give it to Honda only. Well, Honda have had the least runtime in creating their engine because they technically pulled out of the sport and then didn't officially re-enter the sport until 18 months later. So they were, by that point, 18 months behind Red Bull, who were making their own engine, and behind Audi, who'd already announced their entry, and obviously the main developers as well. But yeah, I mean, it's Audi's first engine, although they are seasoned pros at making engines. You would like, you know, for racing, given how much success they've had in other categories, you would expect Honda to have done a better job. But yeah, they definitely needed that little bit of extra, didn't they? Like I said, I'm surprised how well Red Bull and Ford have done. I was expecting... I'm not really sure what I was expecting with them. I didn't know if it would be underpowered or just unreliable but powerful, or a combination of both. But, you know, they seem to have hit that sweet spot of power and reliability, really, in terms of the actual engine itself. Maybe not so much with battery units and stuff, but yeah. They've done a much better job than I was expecting, I have to say. Got to give them credit for that.
Yeah.
Evening, Eric.
Temperature stabilizing.
Feels weird going back and watching like older generations of Formula One back in the 80s and 90s, where you would see an engine just explode in a cloud of smoke.
Sorry.
Pretty much every Grand Prix.
You all right?
Oh, God damn it! Stroll crashed at
okay.
the same corner.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. And ends up in the wall. And that won't do their confidence any good.
I didn't actually see him make contact with the wall that time. And that's the second knock on that corner. And the front wing is still... Stroll is living a charmed life here. I don't know how long it's going to last. I really don't know how long it's going to last. Don't keep testing the limits, please, Stroll. Red Bull are apparently challenging the decision according to Auto Racer. Well, it doesn't surprise me. Red Bull like to challenge a lot of things. How much success they're going to get out of this? Oh, has he crashed again?
Are you okay there?
What the hell? Turn 4 again. This time he's broken the wing. Oh my God, he hit the wall twice this time, on the inside and the outside. What the hell is going on with Stroll?
It's not going the way
Three
the
crashes
team had hoped
at the
today.
same corner
That
in
is
the
for
same
sure.
session.
Replace
And
the
now
wing.
he's destroyed the wing. Well,
Sorry, Mike.
ah. It's too late to swap out Alonso. Swap out Ricciardo and Stroll for this race. I don't think I've ever seen that before. You know, 3 crashes at the same corner in the same session. That's going to a whole new level of Stroll things. hang on, I got a VSC. Has he crashed again?
VSC,
Or is that?
just
No,
plus
it's
0
Hadja.
on delta time, okay?
This is why I'm running older spec. Ooh, he nearly. It's kind of lucky for that Audi that the car started
And
to
not much
slide
that the team can do about
when it
that
came
one.
off the wall. Otherwise, that could have been a collected Audi into Sandervot there. Yeah, this is why I'm running older spec parts, older aero parts on Stroll, because we've got plenty of those. And he'll get whatever's left of the current spec parts when we upgrade Alonso to the next spec. It saves repair bills, you know. My God, though, the incompetence of the driver, it's just mind-boggling.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right,
How is
88
the
and
balance?
96. So we made Alonso's car worse, but Stroll's car much better.
Understood.
There we go. Is it too late for Max Chilton? Yes. Very much too late for Max Chilton.
Switch the pit limiter on, and you can stop.
About
on the
13
mark,
years too
find
late.
Restart revs and then switch off.
Okay.
%. Let's try that. We're not sending him back out again this session. I don't want to break anything else on that car.
Pit lane.
That was a step too far. That might be good though. We'll find out in the next one. Evening, Luke. Day today's been pretty straightforward, pretty laid back and easy. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Let's try and get some decent sleep tonight. So I'm going to be getting up a bit earlier than I normally do. Got deliveries and stuff arriving tomorrow, including me shopping, the groceries. From the driver lineups in the current season of the 2014 driver lineups, I would say Ferrari have got the best lineup with Alonso and Rosberg. I would say that arguably we have the second best overall lineup with Schumacher and Jensen, and then you've got to go Red Bull or Mercedes behind us, you know, because they've got one really strong driver, one not so strong driver. I would have to maybe edge it to Mercedes, Hamilton and Di Resta over Vettel and Maldonado. Got to have a little shudder every time we talk about him. Sauber have got a decent lineup, but I think that's more down to the... No, actually, yes, Sauber have got a pretty decent lineup. I mean, that's back when Grosjean was pretty quick and not quite so accident-prone, I think. Well, no, he was still pretty accident-prone, wasn't he? More so in the Haas than he was in the Lotus, but... Yeah, he was quick but chaotic. when he was at Lotus. So that's an interesting choice. Hulkenberg's pretty solid. Force India with Kimi Raikkonen. I'm trying to remember who they partnered up with Raikkonen now. Who was it that partnered up with Raikkonen? Because Still went to Lotus. Alguersuari, yeah, that's very much a one-sided, lineup. I would say that. Toro Rosso have probably got a slightly stronger lineup because they've got Ricciardo and they've got Sutil, and they seem to be working together. Alguersuari was a solid driver. Yeah, he was a solid midfield driver, but he wasn't anything special. At least not enough. Maybe he didn't get enough time to grow into it, but he didn't set the world alight. Oh, it's Gutierrez who got Toro Rosso, sorry. Yeah, it's Lotus who got Sutil and... who else did they get in? Mine's gone. Mine's drawing a blank. But yeah, in terms of the top teams, I would say Ferrari got the best lineup. I'd argue we've got the second best lineup, and then it's a toss-up between Mercedes and Red Bull. Bruno Senna, yes, that was it. I'm trying to juggle different playthroughs at the same time in my head, and it can get confusing at times. Right. Oh my god, what the? God damn you. Muppet. Oh, I didn't break the wing. Let me try again. Oh, I didn't break the wing. Alright, let me try again. Oh, this time I broke the wing, but I also broke the suspension and the chassis. Oops, my bad. Yeah, old spec parts for you, my boy. Are we still using old parts this session? What you mean in terms of engine parts? Yes. And in terms of aero parts, I've got the most up-to-date parts aero-wise on Alonso and not on Stroll. Evening, Johnny. Evening, Michael. Missed you in all of Stan's messages there.
Copy.
Right.
Try to get some brake temp before you start the lap.
Avoid clean air. If Stroll crashes again, I am going to fire him.
Copy.
I've made an executive decision. I've got the official executive cap on. I'm making an executive decision. If Stroll crashes, he's getting fired. I say fire, he's getting demoted. I'm not going to outright fire him because I can't afford to break the contract, but I can switch him for Ricciardo. Bring Ricciardo out of our reserve pool and stick him in the car. Max Chilton is not in my database.
Crash.
Oh, it's Perez. I was about ready to fire Stroll then.
Now we can see what happened.
Possible gravel.
Now this was in
What
Casino
possible gravel?
Square.
It's Monaco.
And there's contact with the barrier. And hopefully that hasn't messed up their chances too much this weekend.
Gary Gannon just completely lost
As
his
for the team
marbles.
back in the garage,
Caterham upgraded to a strong pairing. Well, Van der Gaard wasn't a bad driver. Getting rid of Peak was a good move. Perez and Bianchi is definitely a stronger lineup. Alright, we've got a great satisfaction. It is
Very good.
94.
Happy.
We are just bouncing around getting that car right at the moment, aren't we? Just nearly there, and oops, gone past it and gone the wrong way. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, so that has to be a 9-1. We bounced to the wrong side, which means that's got to come to about there, and that's got to come down even more. It's hard to judge because it looks like that's right in the middle of that line. I would say maybe that. Let's try that. Van der Gaard didn't really get much of an opportunity. No, he didn't. He had potential. He had some talent, but you know, he never really got an opportunity to do anything other than just drive a dying car, which is a bit of a shame. And of course, when teams just disappear, all of a sudden you've got too many drivers and not enough seats. On top of the existing problem of lots of drivers and not enough seats. Now you've got other drivers that are actually in Formula One that suddenly don't have seats because those seats no longer exist.
Boxing.
Not because they got fired or their contract
Turn the
ran
pit
out.
limits are
So
on. Stop on the marks,
yeah.
find pre-start revs.
makes it tricky to get back on. And Formula One back then was much more about, if you couldn't bring money, if you weren't a superstar talent, you had to bring money with you. And if you couldn't bring money or you didn't bring enough money, that was it. You never got on the grid. So my overall prep level 94. Send him back out. So, yeah, you would see, you go back to like the 70s and 80s, and some drivers, well, some of this was down to some of it was down to money, some of it was down to just drivers dying, unfortunately. But you would see some teams might go through 4 or 5 different drivers in one car a year. But you would see in the late 80s, early 90s in particular, you would see drivers coming in partway through a season just to take a seat because the team was struggling financially and that driver brought money with them. You don't tend to see it much anymore. Well, you don't see it anymore. But you do still see some drivers getting switched out, but that's more a performance thing now than anything else. Because teams are all making money these days. Money's not an issue for the teams anymore. Not in the way it used to be. Where teams were one bad result away from going out of business.
Just watch him behind.
Even in MGL. seen Georgia Racers put a rear wing mod out there to go with the AMO mods. Is this on Overtake? Haven't checked Overtake for a couple of days. Let me have a look. No. It's not an overtake.
Got it flat.
White line, and you can stop on the marks, find pre-start revs, and then switch off.
Where did you get it from, MGL? Why is it Stroll back out there? As he finished his run. Maldonado and the Red Bull looked so wrong.
Understood.
It did, didn't it? I mean, it just hit. Very weird. And there we go. We're at 100% with, yeah, F125. I was going to say. We're at 100% with Alonso, and that should now get him up to 100% prep as well. He's on his way back to the garage. We'll check that when he gets in. Yeah, I'm not sure why Red Bull chose to sign Maldonado. I don't know what their thinking was behind that. Maybe that's all they had money for. I don't know. But I'd be surprised if that was the case. But he's not Helmut Marko's typical A-tier driver, that's for sure. There we go. So, our drivers are both now fully prepped. As good as they're going to be. We'll take a quick break. We'll whiz through the rest of through the rest of practice, and then we'll get qualifying underway. this final practice. We're not going out, we don't need to. One less opportunity for Stroll to do some damage to my sanity, amongst other things. Where do we all think we're going to finish tonight? Do we think Stroll's even going to finish? I'm not so sure about Stroll. I hope Alonso can get a result. Theoretically, this is one of those circuits where we could maybe, if we can find ourselves in a really fortuitous position, thanks to a perfectly timed safety car, we could jump a few cars, maybe. And then possibly just try and tough it out and just go full defensive mode and see how long we can keep cars behind us. I wonder if they've disabled active aero for this as well, like they did in reality. That will be interesting to see. And that is the end of practice. Max Chilton could be back in Season 3. Well, we're going to end it at the end of Season 2. I made that decision yesterday. We're going to just do 2 seasons, and then we're going to knock it on the head and focus full-time on this playthrough. So, it's all or nothing, basically, this season for us now at McLaren. On the 2013 mod. Hopefully we'll do it. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But we are prepped now and ready for qualifying. We'll take another quick break. And then we'll get our qualifying session underway. Hopefully it'll be longer than just one session.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
Qualifying means everything around Monaco, with little chance of overtaking in the race. Getting as far up the grid as possible and keeping the car intact is every driver's goal on this unforgiving circuit.
Esteban Ocon there, Karun. What's the feeling around him at the moment?
It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things, but I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
And you're right. Well, it's nearly time for qualifying.
It is time for qualifying, and we have some engine bits to swap over. Do I want to put a brand new-ish engine in for this Grand Prix? We're only 2% away from going into issue territory, so yeah. I guess we do. I'll leave those as they are. The cutoff for those is 40%. Over here, go with that engine and that ERS and that gearbox. There we go. Right, let's hit the track and see just how bad Stroll is and how much better Alonso is. Harvey.
Green light, green light.
How are the drivers doing? Stroll is hanging on by a thread to his job right now because he's crashed 3 times in one practice session today. Alonso's kept it nice and steady, nice and clean. I'm not expecting big things from Stroll at all. He's running older spec aero parts because he is such a liability, especially in a circuit where there is no real margin for error.
Clear ahead.
And also he's just
and
not
load push.
in a pretty bad car. So yeah, the odds are not in his favour at all. Alonso, I hope, can do something, but yeah, I hope we can beat the Cadillacs with him, but the car is the major issue for Alonso at the moment, unfortunately. And the active aero is switched on. I guess it's only going to be on the DRS straight, so it is what it is, I suppose. Right, so 19.5. 3/10 slower than Hulkenberg. It's a little disappointing, but not completely unexpected. It'll be a lot slower than most. .34.3 for Stroll, which is appallingly slow. 33.6 for Alonso. He's a second up on Stroll at the moment. Stroll does a 1:15.7 and has crashed. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's it. We are firing Stroll after this Grand Prix. We are dropping him into the reserves, and we are going to promote Daniel Ricciardo from the reserves into that race
While
seat.
all that was happening,
Because this
the
is
crew at
just
the garage
ridiculous.
could
That's
do
his
nothing
fourth
but
crash
watch on.
today. And the second time he's wiped out a load of parts. And now we didn't even get to cross the line with Alonso. He's costing so much money. Figuratively and literally. He's literally costing me a lot of money because he's on a 12 million a year deal. For some godforsaken reason, he's not worth 12 million. And he's smashing up parts left, right, and centre, which means I'm having to pay huge repair bills to get more parts made. So, yeah. We're getting rid of him. I was going to bid him off at the end of the season, or just not renew his contract. Now I'm actively going to demote him. Because this is getting silly. Evening, Arctic. We've got a slight improvement over our first sector on the previous run that we were two corners away from completing before Stroll binned it. Let's see how we do in the middle sector. Improvement there. Alright, through Anthony Noakes. And across the line, it is 7/10 away from Hulkenberg. Here comes Lawson. Russell's on a flying lap.
Copy.
Lawson goes second. Only 300ths quicker than us. Here comes George. Not at all surprising to see him go purple in each sector so far. No one else of any real import, has done a lap yet. And it's a second quicker than Hulkenberg. 1.7 seconds quicker than us. First of the Cadillacs leads to pits. That is Bottas. Bottas. I was kind of confused with Bortoletto and Bottas for a second then. Bottas and Bortoletto. We've got a Red Bull about to start a lap. That is Isaac Hadjar.
Books.
Let's see how he does. there is something I want to check to see if it's actually on this. So let me ride on board with Limblad. Let's see if they've modelled it into the game. Doesn't look like it. Unless it's... Yeah. In reality, and there's it's somewhere around about here on the track. There's a little box that's... It might even be that. I don't know, but I don't think it is. But there's something that flashes when a car comes out the pits. You'll see like yellow flashing lights. If you watch any highlights of the Monaco Grand Prix from when someone's coming out the pits, you'll see as they cut to that shot of the car coming out here, you'll see a bit further down on the straight, nothing straight about it, but you know what I mean. You'll see on the pit wall there's like a board that sits there quite high up, and it just flashes on and off, or there are lights on it that flash on and off every time a car comes out the pits as a warning, because drivers like to cut through and just cut that part of the pit lane. So it'd be interesting. I was curious as to whether or not they would model that in, but apparently not. All right, back to Hadjar, and we'll prep our tyres for another run. Quicker than George in the middle sector. Is that down to the Red Bull itself, or is that down to track evolution? Maybe a combination of both. He's gone quicker, just 200ths of a second quicker. That was tight. Let's see Antonelli start his lap. See what the young Italian can do, and I'm going to send out Alonso now. Good first sector, not quite the quickest there. We're out behind Lando. No, Norris is actually pushing. Let's see, middle sector coming up for Antonelli as he goes through to back. 33.0, not bad. Through the swimming pool. Into Raskas. La Raskas. Anthony Noakes up to the line. And it's a purple final sector, and he goes top. Right, let's turn our attention back to Alonso. Goes through the Nouvelle chicane. Is that Hamilton pushing? No, Hamilton's on an outlap. Norris crosses the line, and he goes to P4, just ahead of Oscar by 27 thousandths of a second. Very, very tight there. Hamilton's not going to get a great lap if he's stuck behind us. Through Sandoval, up the hill we go towards Massenet. Quick flick right hand into and through Casino, down this little hill into Mirabeau. It's the end of the first sector. It's another 19.4. into the low hairpin. Through Portier 1, Portier 2. Tunnel we go. Topping at 295 kilometers an hour before we slam the brakes on for the Nouvelle chicane. Back on the power and this fast left-hander at the back. Didn't feel very fast. Into the swimming pool. Yeah, lack of downforce is really going to hurt us around a circuit where you need a ton of it. Hamilton's breathing down our necks. We get up to 14th. No, we get up to 12th. And immediately get bumped to 13th because of Hamilton. But yeah, his lap not very good because he was stuck in our wheel tracks all the way around there. There is Bottas on an out lap. Let's check in with Perez. See how he gets on. Leclerc just went purple. He's coming up to the middle split. 32.9, that's also quick. It's very quick. This could be a new top of the timings lap here from Charles Leclerc. And Perez goes 12th. Leclerc does go top by a tenth and a half. Track definitely seems to be getting a little bit better. We're going to slap a fresh set of tyres on and just see if we can somehow drag our car through. You're going to say that Lindblad's and Ocon are out of position here. Lawson may or may not be out of position. And, you know, Valtteri is about where we would expect him to be. But there's definitely going to be a little bit of time to find. Trouble is, a lot of cars on track, 21 cars, because crashed laps. We're going to have 21 cars on track, all trying to improve at the same time, or around about the same time. So getting a clean lap here is going to be tricky as Antonelli goes back out again. There goes Hulkenberg. Oh, that's Bortoleto coming in. There goes Holcomb. No, that's a Haas. That's Behrman. Gasly crosses the line. He's up to 7th. We're now in the drop zone, but Max is in trouble. He's down in 16th place. Looks like he's going to get a relatively clear lap. His teammates just started pushing, I think, or no, his teammates just finished a lap. So I think he's far enough ahead that he won't be an issue for Max here, but there is going to be an RB in the way. Which one is it? It's Lindblad. Is Max going to get held up here, up the hill? Can he clear him before Massenet? Oh, just, that was critical. Right, let's send out Alonso. If he hadn't got through there, he'd have been behind through Massenet and Casino, and probably, possibly, might have got through, but through Mirabeau. But he could have been behind through all of that really slow stuff, which would have absolutely killed us out. As it is, he's purple in the first sector. It's a clean and tidy looking lap. It's purple in the middle sector, so Max is safe, unless he does a stroll and bins it at Anthony Noakes. He gets through. And goes top by a big margin, 3/10. Right, how are my tyres looking? Oh man, they are cold. Cold tyres. All right, we are going to take manual control And we're going to do a second flying lap, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, man, these tyres are really cold. So we're going to do another lap. We're going to do this lap. And then we're going to stay out and do a lap after that. And that's where we're going to use the battery. Hopefully the track will be reasonably quiet then as well. But we've got to get these tyres fired up. They are so cold. There we go. It's starting to warm up. Little by little. This does mean we are going to ruin Ocon's lap a little bit here. Sorry, Ocon. I was going to say, at least we let him through, and then we don't. His lap's ruined anyway. Now he gets through. Oh, he's going to be pissed at us. He's not going to let us through now. You watch. Tyre's still not up to temperature. Now we go for it. Have I got enough time left to cross the line? I might not have enough time left. Oh, shit. We're going to miss it. Tyres finally get up to temperature, and we miss the line. We're about 5-6 seconds short. Damn it. So we're out. We are out of qualifying. Lindblad is out of qualifying. He's on an in lap. Lawson is out. Bottas is out. Ocon is out because we accidentally screwed him over there. And of course Stroll is out because Stroll. So that is the end of our qualifying. Let's see who sticks it on pole. It's Charles Leclerc sticking it on pole in his home Grand Prix. George Russell in second, Max third, Hamilton fourth. Then it's Piastri and Norris. Antonelli in seventh, Hadjar in eighth, ninth for Hulkenberg, 10th for Ollie Behrman. So eliminated in Q2 then was Colapinto, Sainz, Gasly, Perez starting 14th. Bortoletto, Lindblad. Bortoletto and Albon. Lindblad obviously out in Q1. Perez starting all the way up in 14th. He is very good at this type of circuit. And that seems to translate here as well. That or Cadillac have got a bunch of upgrades and they've slapped them on his car. I don't think we're going to beat Perez today.
The streets of Monte Carlo are ready as the drivers now prepare for 78 laps around this historic track.
Monaco can hand out unpredictable results, just like in 1982, when 4 race leaders hit trouble. Riccardo Patrese eventually claimed the win after managing to restart his stalled car by himself with a downhill bump start.
Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy La Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
So, let's take a look at the amended starting grid. Stroll will have to start from the pit lane. It's probably the safest thing, actually, so he doesn't plough into the back of Ocon and Valtteri and completely destroy our car. I mean, it would be helpful to take out those two, but it would not be helpful to our bank balance. We will start P18. No other changes to the grid. Let's rebuild the car, see what he destroyed this time. A chassis again, and a front wing again. That's the third chassis we put on the car now this weekend. He's broken 2. And put another front wing on as well. We are going to start him on the hards and just run him long and make him a mobile roadblock, I think. I don't even have the tyre wear look to go on a one-stop. That's not good. That is 20 seconds quicker. It's also not a very efficient strategy. We go with that. Alonso can make the one-stop work. I don't know how easy it's going to be to defend, but we are going to go with that for Alonso. He's got the tyre wear to make that work. We are going to take 1, 2. Oh, it's only 8.8 kilos a lap. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. We're going to take 10 laps of fuel out for Alonso. Try and get him a rocket ship of a start. And for Stroll, we are going to take out 5 laps of fuel. Start for the pit lane. No point burning out that battery straight away. Right, there we go. Going very, very aggressive with a fuel strategy here for Alonso. Going to try and make the one-stop work. I don't know if we'll be able to. Tyre wear might be a bit too... We might have to push the tyres based on track temperature. We'll see. We have been told it's going to be cold. But tyre wear should be a little bit better than the predicted tyre wear simply because of the resurfacing, if that's in. I have no reason to believe it won't be. So we'll see how we do. We are going to take a quick break. It gives me a chance to go and grab a drink from the fridge. When I come back, we'll get this Grand Prix underway.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. And plenty of people watching on will be keen to follow Fernando Alonso's progress.
What can they manage from 18? It'll be interesting to see, that's for sure.
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine.
Stroll's going to crash. That's my guess.
At the Monaco Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go.
Off we go. Where is Stroll? There he is. Wasn't sure if he'd be there or around the corner. Let's cut to Alonso. Him, I trust in high overtake. We're up to 17th. So we've got past Lindblad.
Let's go.
Can we get another position here? Oh, someone's crashed. We've got a VSC.
What a...
Oh, fucking Stroll. God damn. Of course it's Stroll.
So we're heading now into turn 5. And that's the moment the car plows into the wall.
That
and they'll
is
have
his
to pick themselves
fifth
up after
crash
that.
here. Fifth. 5 crashes this
Our
weekend.
team glued
And
to
I've
the
turned my
monitors
camera's tracking
and
on.
watching
Turn that
their
off.
hopes
There we
crumble
go.
away.
5 crashes this weekend. 3 in FP1, 1 in qualifying, and now 1 in the Grand Prix. And we've got another big crash in front as well. Gasly and Perez. It's a red flag. Gasly hits the wall, and then so does Perez. And Gasly hits Perez. Oh my God! So, yeah, Stroll is gone.
Just like that,
He's
the
gone.
hopes
He's
of the
not
team
going to be a
start to
first-team
dwindle.
driver after this. It's ridiculous. 5 crashes. Ah, my God! He's just destroying things for fun at this point. I'm tempted to change up the strategy, go soft, soft, soft here. But I'm going to stick to the original plan. And I'm glad I took 10 laps of fuel out because we're about to save a whole bunch of those right now.
The restart is moments away as the race continues. And it's lights out and away
There we go. We were a fair bit over. Oh, shit. Shit, shit, shit. Forgot we were like that because we were in a
Copy.
red flag situation. Can I stay ahead of Lindblad? Harris has picked up a penalty. We'll have the outside line through Massenet, which will be the inside line through Casino into Mirabeau. So should hold this position if we can just keep our front wheels ahead through the Lowe's hairpin. Yes, we're there. So through Portier 1, shut that position down and get our position back.
Let's see what happened there. Keep watching Alonso with
It's
this
not
one.
exactly breaking news. I'd already
gap
announced it in
opens up for them.
qualifying. But yeah, this just it's
And
this
that
just
sees them
it's
move
rubber
to
stamping it.
15th.
Question is, who do we bring in to replace him next season? We're looking at Behrman. I think we actually go ahead and... Did we actually make an offer to Behrman last time out? I think we might have. I think Behrman would be a great get if we can get him. Might get rid of Gary Gallon now as well. No, we can't afford to bring in Behrman this year. To do that would mean that we would have to break Stroll's contract. What we're going to do is we're going to go in the editor and we're going to switch him and Ricciardo round because Ricciardo's in our affiliate pool. We're going to move Stroll into the affiliate pool on commercial duties and put Ricciardo into the race seat. The same way that, you know, Red Bull like to swap their drivers in and out. We're going to do that using the editor. But we're going to have to keep him on for the rest of the season. He's in the final year of his contract. It's a 12 million year contract, so I can't afford to break it. It's going to cost me way too much money.
Copy.
Let's go neutral on the battery. Just keep an eye on it on this lap. Might need to go top up for a couple of laps. Right, yeah, let's do that. Let's go top up for a lap or two. Look at that Sullivan. I can't afford to hire another driver into my current driver pool. Not for this season. We've already got a stacked driver pool in total, but yeah, Ricciardo's the best option that we have to do a direct swap. Look how little battery we're actually deploying. So we've got 25% battery crossing the line. Let's see on a neutral lap what we actually use, whether we're deploying more or less than we're harvesting. You can see our limits went down from 12 and 9 to 11.5 to 8.5 because we did not cross the line within a second of Portoletto, so we don't get boost mode this lap. Evening Mike on, evening Snake Killer. We're starting to slip away. I mean, we're on hard tyres, we're not pushing them, we're actually taking it easy on them at the moment. Track temperature at 42 degrees is a little warmer than I was expecting it to be. We were told it would be cool. The tyres might drop out the window soon though. I didn't actually see what we crossed the line with battery-wise there. We'll have to pay attention at the end of the lap. See if we're, even in neutral, actually banking a little bit of battery each lap. Bump Stoffel because in real life he still drives for Formula E. That's like saying he's the nicest guy in prison. That's a little harsh, but you know, Formula E is not the same. So just because you're good at Formula E doesn't mean you'll be good at Formula One. And we've seen a lot of Formula One drivers who haven't really done much in Formula One go on to be relatively successful, if not very successful, in Formula E. Nelson Piquet Jr., Stoffel Van Dorn, Jean-Eric Verne,
Okay, copy.
just to name a few, you know. Jack Aitken. Dan Ticktum. Never even got the chance to get into a Formula One car. Because, you know, he opened his mouth and started doing all that and got in trouble. I think it's probably fair on Stoffel, where he's rated at the moment, high 70s. Yeah, we are building up a surplus of battery, aren't we? Let's splurge a little bit. Let's turn the tyres back up as well. And let's start closing back in on Bortoletto. Or at least trying to close in on Bortoletto. Temperature's increasing slightly, 42.1 degrees now. We've seen Formula One, and I hate to use the term, but we've seen Formula One rejects go into Formula E and have a good career. We haven't seen Formula E drivers go into Formula One and have a good career. You know, maybe with this new gen of cars, is it the Gen 4, the new one, that's much more powerful. Maybe with those, tracking's turned on again. Turn off. There you go. Yeah, maybe with a new spec of Formula E cars, we will start seeing drivers graduate, so to speak, from Formula E into Formula One. But, I mean, Formula One generally has a pretty closed loop of how drivers get there. It's generally, not always, but generally from Formula 3 and Formula 2. You know, we've had a couple of drivers come over from IndyCar. But with the way super licenses work these days, then, you know, you've got to be in a competition that's going to get you those super license points. And IndyCar doesn't really, which is why, despite having had some success in IndyCar, Colton Herta had to go to Formula 2 to get his super license so he can try and get into Formula 1. I mean, he's got a seat waiting for him at Cadillac, but he doesn't have the license to actually get in the car yet. Going hard at Monaco at the start is a mistake. It depends on the situation. I don't have a good car. So my plan is to try and just stay with the pack while I can. And then as their tyres start to wear out, maybe try and pick a couple of them off before they make their inevitable pit stops, and then keep going. And the cars that have boxed early will come up behind me and get stuck.
Yeah, copy me.
And burn out some of their tyres before I inevitably box for my set of tyres. And then hopefully I'll have a little bit of a tyre advantage in the later stages of the Grand Prix where I can try and make some positions. I mean, we're in nosebleed territory right now in P15. This is uncharted territory for us. Of course, who knows? We might get a safety car around the lap 40 mark, which would be glorious. Because then I could change my tyres at a much deeper stop, when everyone else would more than likely have made their stops already under racing conditions. Who knows? May get a red flag. In which case I'll get to change my tyres for free when everyone else will already have stopped. Anyone who's on mediums is going to stop before I do. So these cars in front of me, and that includes Hulkenberg and Colapinto as well, they're going to stop before me, and they're going to come out behind me, and then they're going to get stuck in a queue. And I've got Lindblad on hards behind me as an extra buffer stop as well. So there is the opportunity for us to actually do some good here. And the track temperature is still climbing. Look, 42.7 degrees now. It's getting up there. Evening, Daniel. So I'm just going to look after the tyres a little bit. Every now and again, we'll turn the pace back up. Have a little squirt of battery. Close that gap back up again. Make sure that Lindblad stays at bay. We want to try and avoid going into defensive mode, if at all possible, because that's just going to dramatically slow us down. And every time the tyre temps start to dip a little bit, or the pressure behind starts to build a little bit, we'll just turn the tyres up slightly. We'll burn a little bit of battery. Open that gap to Lindblad back up a little bit and see if we can close the gap to Bortoleto back up a little bit. You can see everyone's stuck at the moment behind Ollie Behrman. So they're not breaking away from us. And even in front of them, you've got Colapinto and Hulkenberg are stuck. You know, well, Colapinto and Hulkenberg are not quite on the back of Hadjar. They're the next group, and they're not that far ahead of us. They're only a little bit ahead of us. I mean, there's Hulkenberg. Let's see when we can see ourselves. Just saw ourselves flashing into shot there behind Bortoleto. So yeah, we're not out of it. We're not horrifically off the pace. And I have faith in our one stop here today. I don't think we'll necessarily squeeze a point, but you never know. Alonso managed it in real life. Can we imitate that here tonight?
Okay.
No pressure, Fernando. We've definitely got the beating of Bottas today. I mean, our target for again, as said, there was a good chance there'd be a retirement or two. We were potentially leaving sponsor money on the table, but you know, it's only an extra 130 grand or so that we're not going to get. But our target's 20th. There's only 19 cars running, so unless we retire, we're guaranteed, no matter where we finish, to hit that target. We could finish last and 6 laps down and we'd get our sponsor target, as long as we don't retire. Yeah, look at that. We saved about 13-14% of battery on that lap in neutral, so we don't even need to go into top off. Let's cut to the front, see what's going on up there. Charles Leclerc leads the Grand Prix by just over a second from George Russell. There is Max in third place. A little bit of a gap then to Lando Norris. And Hamilton is a long way back, 11 seconds back He's got Antonelli right on the back of him, so maybe he's losing time defending. And then we've got Piastri and Hadjar not too far back from them as well. There is the McLaren. Speaking of the McLaren, did you see that ugly-ass 1,000 races livery that McLaren had at Monaco? Oh, it's hideous. So bad. Just orange with bits of black and lots of white sponsors and lots of Gemini sponsors. You know, just all over the car. And they could have done something really fancy for their 1,000th race, and they basically just stenciled 1,000 in orange and black on the side of their car, changed all their sponsors to white, and just made the car look really damn ugly. Did not like it at all. Horrible. Yeah. Really poor show, I think, from whoever designed that one.
Okay.
And yet more drivers had special Monaco helmets, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. If everything is special, because they release so many special liveries and so many special helmets these days, if everything's special, nothing's special. I'm coming from an era when a driver's helmet was part of their identity, and it never really changed. The core design of it never changed. You might see little bits of change here and there, and Alonso is one of the few drivers that still kind of keeps that core design without changing it too much. The base identity of the helmet doesn't change. The sponsor logos that get slapped on it obviously change depending on who he's driving for, but the core identity of that helmet doesn't change. Hamilton's changes a lot. It doesn't have a fixed colour scheme. You know, the design kind of stays the same, gets tweaked every now and again, but it changes colour almost every season now. And it's just, there is no identity to Hamilton's helmet really anymore. No core identity. You go back to the days of Senna, Mansell, Prost, Damon Hill, for example. Schumacher had one big change when he went from a white helmet to a red helmet. But the rest of the design stayed the same. It's just, drivers don't have that identity anymore. And it's I don't know, it's just, like I said, I've come from an era when that was a great way to help visualize changes between which car was which on a track at a glance. It's less of an issue these days, but I don't know, I still miss the days when drivers had a fixed design, and it very rarely changed, if ever. Evening, Chad. What about VCAR's Spanish livery? Have they done a special? Why have they done a special livery for Spain? What is special about VCAR and Spain? There's no historical link there. This is what I'm talking about. Why? It's just a commercial plug-in that has no relevance whatsoever. I need to look at this. Let me Google this. A football-inspired special livery for Barcelona. It's a World Cup going on, so quick, let's do that, because it's a completely separate sport to the one we're in, but it might draw some eyeballs. Why? VCARB will also have accompanying team wear on display while the custom VCARB FC crest brings together the checkered flag and 3 stars, paying tribute to the World Cup's 3 host nations, Mexico, Canada, and the US. Really?
Nice, not okay.
No, it's just commercialism for the sake of commercialism. They do like WWE wrestlers and change their gear and sell toys with different gear. Would you be surprised? I mean, they change their belts all the time as a company, but they don't like wrestlers changing their appearance. They really don't like that. If a wrestler were to turn up with a shaved head one day and they hadn't okayed it with the office, they'd be in massive trouble, huge trouble, because of the implications of merch and destroying the brand identity of that wrestler. They like their wrestlers to keep the same look. The merch might just change, like John Cena has loads and loads of different t-shirts, but his identity, his gimmick, his visual style has not changed since he graduated from the University of Thugonomics. He has kept that same jorts look with the sneakers and the wristbands. He introduced a burger towel years ago, and we started bringing those out. And the shirt and the cap combo color scheme might change, but it was the same look. He didn't dramatically change his look. The biggest look he had was he started growing his hair back out a little bit. That's the biggest change he's had, and that was a gradual process. And I think he's had a hair transplant since he's retired, because that bald spot's gone. But generally, they don't change their appearance that much. And it's not them that's designing the merch. It's the studio. But they don't like drivers. They don't like their wrestlers suddenly getting a big, huge tattoo, or changing their appearance in a dramatic way with shaving off a beard, for example. If they're known for having a beard and then they suddenly shave it off, they don't like that. If they've got long hair and they suddenly cut it short, if they haven't okayed it, they don't like that. Right, we are starting to close in on the back of Bortoletto again. I'm just going to ease the tyres down again, but we are going to splurge the battery a little bit. Bortoletto has got a fault.
My camera's going forward.
Oh, what a shame. Wonder if that's why we're well, no, we were already catching him, and he's been tucked up behind sights. Track temperature's still hanging around about 42 degrees. They say Sol Ricker stayed in NXT longer because of the arm tattoo she got before a call-up. Possibly. It certainly wouldn't surprise me if that's why they held her back. Because, they plan all this merchandise out. It doesn't just happen overnight. If you want to get yourself a doll, you want to have a wrestling figurine, those take time to design and sculpt and then get built and then shipped. Jim Cornette made his own wrestling figures, for the last decade or so. He's stopped doing them now, but for several years he was getting his own figures made of him as a manager, and then did a couple of sets with him and the Heavenly Bodies and him and the Midnight Express. But he was doing that whole process himself. And it would take 2 years from start to finish, from getting a figure created, or starting the process to get a figure made, to actually getting them delivered, ready to start shipping out. 2 years. Now, that's him doing it independently, so you can maybe take a year off for that, for WWE. You could maybe even say that WWE might have a long-standing relationship with someone. They could maybe 6 months. Let's go 6 months. If someone is about to get a call-up and they want to prep all this merch, and then all of a sudden that image has changed, that identity of that, or the way that character looks has changed when they come up, all of that merch is now wrong. All of those figures no longer have the right look. And that's a huge waste of money. So yeah, that's why they absolutely hate it. All right, George is in. Our first pit stop of the Grand Prix. Is that hard tyres for George? I think it is. A little hard to tell from that angle. Yes, that's hard tyres. That's early for hard tyres, actually. A little early. Alex Albon's in. It's one of the cars that was in front of us. Alonso almost got on Bortoletto there. Let's see if we can get past him going up the hill. No, not yet.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, these days, again, I'm going back to the good old days, but teams very rarely would do a special livery. And when they did, it was usually just a one-off, once every couple of years. Sometimes a long, long time ago, before that. You wouldn't get them 2 or 3 times per team every single season. And like I said, we've already talked about helmets. Helmets rarely ever change. The only thing that would generally change on a helmet would be the layout of the sponsors when the driver moved to a different team. There's a whole load of cars boxing in front of us, and our tyres are still in really good shape. We've got Lindblad closing in behind us. Pinto just squeezing back out in front of sights. Oh, and there goes Albon, who stopped the lap before. He gets through on Colapinto as well. And that's a problem for Sainz, who's on soft tyres. Albon is going to try and one-stop this on those hards, I would imagine. And now his teammate's strategy is potentially in real trouble. And that is fantastic news for us. We are going to try and push past Bortoletto at the end of this lap. Let's turn the battery on and the tyres up now.
Copy.
Make sure we don't lose out. Bortoletto may actually box. He's on mediums. He does box. There we go. We lost a bit of time to Behrman. Stuck behind Bortoletto there. Me waffling on about liveries and WWE and all that kind of thing. Meant I wasn't paying as much attention as I probably should have, but we're now up into the points. We're now in 10th place, and we can go a while yet before we even need to think about stopping. And if we get a red flag, in about 10 laps time, we are lapping all the way to the back, because we will still be ahead of all of these cars, and we'll get a free pit stop. And there you see we're closing back in on Behrman pretty quickly. Gap 4 seconds now. We've opened up a 2.5 second gap to Arvid Lindblad on this lap.
Copy.
There is Ollie Behrman. Let's calm the tyres back down again.
Okay.
starting to see some signs on the surface of the tyre of wear. We're just over 60%, so we're good for a little while yet. One lap of top up. Ocon's into the pits, and so is Valtteri.
Copy.
I was going to say, was that a Ferrari I just saw? And I looked, and yeah, it's Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen coming through to lap Valtteri. Not a bad stop, but not a quick stop. So we're settling in nicely here behind Behrman. Battery's going to slowly refill itself. One lap of top up should be all we'll need. We'll go back into neutral now. Tyres are still good, and potentially we could even go from these hards to a set of softs if we can stretch them long enough without sacrificing our pace. If I were to box now, I would come out, let's see, we need 18 seconds. I would come out behind Bortoletto. As Charles Leclerc is in from the lead. Hard tyres, he's one stop in this one. Not a bad stop there for Ferrari. Verstappen's carried on. Russell goes through. Russell has already stopped. So Russell's tyres are potentially going to suffer a little bit at the end of this race. Because he boxed quite a while ago now, actually. How many laps ago was it? He's been on those tyres for 5 laps. I thought it was a bit more than that. Hamilton's into the pits. Another okay stop there for Ferrari again. Didn't look amazingly quick, but it was clean. No issues whatsoever. He'll get out. Maybe behind us. Maybe behind us. Can we get Hamilton? Oh, yes, we can. Whether we'll stay there or not is completely irrelevant. We're ahead of Hamilton. Right, Max is in. Same as Ferrari there. The tyre stop looked quick, but lowering and releasing the car didn't look amazingly quick. So that puts Norris into the lead. Norris, Antonelli, Piastri, Hadjar, Behrman, us, and Lindblad are the only ones who have yet to stop. We're all on hard tyres. And there is Hadjar into the pits. And that's early for a set of hard. So this is going to be a 2-stop. Yeah, softs. I'm going to probably go softs again, maybe mediums. But this is a 2-stop strategy here for Hadjar. Don't think we'll get him. Hamilton's right all over, right on the back of us. We might get Hadjar. We're going to get Hadjar. What about fuel? Yes, we're going to need to save some fuel soon. I'm amazed we haven't had another safety car yet. Let's turn these tyres up a little bit because they're getting a little low. Let's start the fuel save. I had hoped to be able to get ahead of Ollie Behrman before that, but
Copy.
we're losing ground because we've got Hamilton behind. Hadjar's going to be on us again instantly on those soft tyres, but this is going to hurt Hadjar because he's now stuck behind Hamilton, who's going to the end. So that's going to seriously impact his chances of beating Hamilton. obviously needs to be ahead of him and pulling away to make this strategy work. And both of them are stuck behind me, who is still my original set of tyres. So my pace isn't going to be great. And I don't plan on moving over and letting him through.
Okay.
I just hope the fuel saving is a little bit more efficient than I'm starting to fear it might not be. We could even go into top up and build the battery up a bit quicker as well.
Copy.
And yeah, that fuel is starting to tick down now. That's 0.2 kilos in as many laps. Might be a little bit of trouble. We might still need a safety car.
Copy.
Lindblad's into the pits. Soft tyres. Where's he going to feed out? Behind Lawson. And the leaders are coming through. Norris and Russell in lockstep. Here they come. There goes Norris. And there goes Russell. And Lindblad gets out just in front of Esteban Ocon. But can he hold the position through Massenet? Yes, he can. Back to Fernando. Oscar's in. Don't think we're going to beat Oscar at the pits. I think he's a bit too far ahead. Yeah, he's too far ahead. Behrman's in though. So is that a two-stop for Behrman? Soft tyres, so yes. Ollie Behrman going for a two-stop. He's going to come out behind us in traffic. Oh, look at that. We weren't far away. Look, there's Oscar. He's only half a second ahead of him. We nearly got Oscar. And Hamilton must be spitting teeth because he would have been well ahead of Piastri at this point. Oh, I thought he was going to get us, and then the gap was like less than 100. Our tyres are still good. Ease them down a bit more. Look at Hadjar moving and shaking, trying to find a way through.
It's okay.
We're not even in defensive mode. We're just letting Alonso do his thing. There's Hulkenberg in the background. Can I get less than 1 second to Piastri? No. He's 4 seconds ahead of us already. He's way too quick for us. Plus, just being in the dirty air of another car with ours is not a good idea in general, because we're going to lose a lot of downforce, which we don't have much to start with. We don't have very good dirty air performance either, which just exacerbates that issue. It'll overheat the tyres a little bit faster, which means we won't be able to be as clever with our tyres as we are right now. It'll put more heat into the engine, which isn't really a major issue given the fuel saving, but yeah, all in all, it's not worth it. Not worth pushing to try to get close to him. Look, he's pulled out another 2 seconds since I mentioned how far behind we were. In less than a lap, he pulled out 2 seconds on us. Let's have a look at the lap times. Yeah, there we go. Nearly 4 seconds quicker than us on that last lap. And we are slower than all the cars behind us. They're all closing in, but they're all stuck. And they're all burning out their tyres. And then we're going to box onto a set of mediums before they make their next stop, hopefully. As Bortoletto has another issue. Antonelli comes into the pits. This is just about one-stop strategy territory. Not quite half distance. That would be lap 39. The end of lap 39 would be half distance. So this might be a two-stop for Antonelli. Through goes Oscar. I am actually starting to get a little concerned that our fuel saving isn't going as quickly as it needs to. But look at them all starting to queue up behind us. And like I say, hopefully we're going to box before they go for another set of tyres. And then we can try and undercut them and get back out in front of them. We're not going to do that to Hamilton. We're not going to do it to Hadjar. Hadjar, once we release him, is going to be much quicker than us. And Hamilton's going to the end. Well, he's hoping to go to the end. But drivers like Colapinto, Sainz, Bortoletto, Behrman, Lawson, Lindblad, Bottas, they're all going to have to stop again. Ocon might go the distance. Albon's probably going to try and go the distance. Might need to make a last-minute pit stop. But we are in really good shape at the moment. And we can just carry on doing our thing. Track temperature's dipping now to about 40 degrees. It's the coolest I've seen it as I've been checking on and off. And also, backing the field up a bit like this, just getting all these cars close together, just increases the chances of someone locking up and causing an accident behind us, maybe bringing out a safety car, maybe even a red flag, in which case we get a free pit stop or a cheap pit stop, depending on whether it's a red flag or a safety car. Apparently Hadjar is quicker than Hamilton. Yeah. Because he's on soft tyres and Hamilton's on hards. Plus, I still think there are maybe some issues in the powertrain department for Hamilton. He's had horrible reliability so far this season, but it's also down to batteries. Hamilton's using his to try and eventually punch his way through. He does so, and we'll let him go. But we'll try and follow along with him if we can.
Okay, copy.
We're not going to try and get back in front of him. We're not in a fight with Hamilton today.
Copy.
As Antonelli sets a new fastest lap, a 1:15.3, and Hamilton finally is going to be like, about time. He's now a pit stop behind Oscar Piastri. A pit stop. Well, not quite a pit stop, but nearly a pit stop behind Oscar Piastri, who came out right in front of me, remember. not that long ago. That's how much time Hamilton has lost since he's been stuck behind me. More than that, because he was stuck behind me for a few laps before Piastri boxed. And let's see how quickly he tries to pull away. We're on a battery burn.
Copy.
But even so, we're already 2 seconds behind. I don't think it's going to be long until Hadjar finds his way through now.
Okay, copy.
Might even happen here. Nope, not this time. So let's take a look at lap times for Lewis Hamilton. At a 1:16.9, his personal best there. Look at the times he was doing stuck behind us. And this is the times he was doing on very old tyres. 118s, and then he comes out behind us and he's doing 119s and 118s. Yeah. We crippled his race pace for several laps there, and we're absolutely ruining Hadjar's pace here as well. The best of those soft tyres is already gone. They're still quick, but the best life in those tyres long gone now. It's the halfway point of the race for us as we come up to the end of our lap 39 to start our lap 40. Russell leads.
Okay.
Norris is second. Oh wow, Russell is coming up to the lappers. I was trying to figure out where he was on the minimap. He's not far behind us, so we do not want to get lapped.
Copy. Good info.
Ah, there goes Hadjar. So we are going to box at the end of this lap. You have to be careful with the tyres, but I don't want to get blue flagged. I might get blue flagged anyway. Ah, I got blue flagged anyway.
Yes,
All right, well, there's a big gap till Norris, so let's cancel that stop. Stay out a little bit longer. Just checking it is cancelled. Yep, there we go. See Albon fighting with Hulkenberg trying to get through. George coming through is really shaking things up, and it's situations like that that might trigger an accident behind us as they're all starting to queue up. I might just leave my tyres like this now. Colapinto's into the pits again. Norris is into the pits. And it's hard tyres going on. A little delay on the stop there. Norris onto mediums, that's what we're going to go on to. And there, just as the camera changed, we saw Charles Leclerc, who's the next front runner coming through, appear in shot. He's the other end of the tunnel. So we are going to stop in just a couple of laps. We're going to go, I think, 2 more laps maybe. And then we're going to box. And we're going to see where we come out. and hopefully get a little bit of an undercut on some of those cars that are all behind us who are going to need to stop again.
Yeah.
We are a lap down, so that reduces the amount of fuel we need to save. We're now 4.2 kilos under fuel. It's 0.8 kilos a lap. I am a little concerned that we're not saving fuel fast enough here. Might have been a little over-optimistic with the amount I took out. A safety car would have been more preferable than a red flag because we could have saved a ton of fuel there. Whereas the red flag only took a couple of laps off. There is Leclerc. We've got one more lap before we need to box. And I'm hoping that some of those guys will get blue flagged. Well, I mean, they're going to get blue flagged before they stop, but I'm wondering if they're going to get blue flagged before we stop. We're going to come in at the end of this lap. A little earlier than planned, but we've got one less lap to go on our race distance because we're now a lap down. So that helps. Want to avoid getting blue flagged here, if at all possible. I think we'll be okay. And if we stayed out another lap, we would get picked up by Leclerc and by Verstappen, and at separate intervals as well, because they're not close enough to get us both at the same time. For both to get me at the same time. So, yeah, we just need to just push to the pit lane, what we're doing, to make sure we don't get blue flagged by either. And then it's just going to be blue flags as normal whenever someone comes up to us, because we won't be stopping again unless we get a safety car or a red flag. All right, here we come. Let's have a good stop, please, lads. We desperately need one.
Yeah, copy.
Not bad, not bad. Bortoletto's in, so we've already got the undercut on Bortoletto. Because we boxed before him, admittedly not by much, but enough. Here comes Lando Norris. Yeah, Norris. There we go. So, next up will be Piastri, and we've got about 17 seconds to go on that one. Let's get these tyres fired up. So we've lost out to Franco Colapinto. But Valtteri needs to stop again. Don't know about Ocon. Lindblad, Lawson, Behrman, Sainz, they need to stop again. Not sure about Albon. Hulkenberg's going to need to stop again. Hadjar's going to need to stop again. Hadjar's going to be too far ahead of us, but... I mean, considering we were right in front of Hulkenberg, Hulkenberg is 19.5 seconds behind Hadjar. So yeah, Hadjar's not a thing. But we're basically... Oh, there's Sainz coming in. Have we done enough to undercut Sainz? We should have done. It's going on to hard tyres. And this was the key hope of this strategy, was that we could frustrate cars, slow them down, make them not be able to get the best out of their two-stop strategy, and then come out ahead of them when they make their next stop. And as it happens, we're on effectively brand new tyres, and we've already jumped Sainz that way. And then you've also got to look at all those other cars that were in that queue as well. Like I said, we're in a race with Hulkenberg. And how far behind Hulkenberg are we? It doesn't tell us. because it's more than a lap. So I'm going to have to work it out manually. So about a second, 3.5. Let's call it 4, 6.5, 7, 11, 12.5, 13. We're about 13 seconds behind. Yeah, we're closing in quick. What leaderboard mod have I got loaded? This is one of the Mr. Only leaderboards. There are a couple of different options. It is on Overtake for free, and it's linked in the video description down below. Right, we need to be a little bit more careful with these tyres. We've got a long way to go.
Yes.
You get the wrong car. We are behind Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, there are different variants of this one. There's one that has colour for every team. I'm using the one that only has colour for our team, as you can see, the little green fade for our drivers. But there's one that has like a colour block for each team based on those. Then there's one that has tyre wear showing as a percentage, which is just the standard one. There's one with alternate tyre wear, which shows like a bar, like the battery indicator on a cell phone. And then there's this one that just shows the tyre that's being used, but not how long someone's been on it, which is the one I prefer. In goes Valtteri. Lawson's in the pits. I'm going to burn the battery on the exit here to make sure we get out clear of Lawson. And we're up to P15. And we're going to calm the tyres down.
Copy. Okay.
Yeah, we are inside Hulkenberg's pit window. There's also another one on the on Overtake as well. It's the extended UI, I think it's called. Just type extended leaderboard and it will come up on Overtake. There's also a 2026 leaderboard, which is just a very simple, basic, clean leaderboard that matches. It's basically just a slight reskinning of the default vanilla one, but skinned for the 2026 mod, which comes with this mod, I think. But it's also available separately, I think. Snake Killer says, for me, leaderboards are bugged, or you do something wrong, it's mushed up. You get multiple variants. You need to make sure that you're removing the other variants before you drop it in. Let me find it in my mod library. Switch on the screen. So let's go UI mods. There we go. So we've got new race leaderboard version 1.3.2, which is what we're using. And then you've got 3 different versions. So you need to make sure that you have removed the versions you don't want. This is the one I'm running here, the without tyre wear percentage. So you just see the tyre and how many pit stops. You don't ever see the percentage. The alternate tyre one is the one that gives you like the battery bar. And then you've got the original version, which just shows the tyre percentage. And then you have a colour version and a dark version. So you need to go in. If you want to use the exact one that I'm using, for example, then you need to delete both of those folders. And then you need to come into here. And then you need to delete the colour version, so that all you've got is just that pack. And that's unzipped. Sorry, that needs unzipping, I think. I'm not sure. Might just be that on its own. But yeah, there's lots and lots of different versions all in that same folder. So you've got to strip out all the things you don't want. If you put them in with multiple versions of the leaderboard, you're going to get issues. Oh, tyres are cooled down too much. Let's turn those back up. We've closed back in on Colapinto because he has caught the back of Arvid Lindblad, whose tyres are dying. And there's Nico Hulkenberg, look, and he is 10 seconds behind us. 11 seconds behind us. So it's all worked out very nicely there. Lindblad's into the pits, and that promotes us up to P13. Is that mediums or hards? It's mediums. And he will come out in P18. Meanwhile, Ocon in front of us is on dying hard tyres. Behrman is going to need to stop soon. I don't know about Alex Albon. But we are inside Behrman's pit window. We are inside Ocon's pit window if he decides to stop. Colapinto's going the distance. Sainz has just come out the pits, so he's going to be pushing hard. We're fuel saving, and our tyres were not at temperature. There's no panic. I mean, look how long we're able to stay ahead of Hamilton and Hadjar in much better cars. Behrman is in, so he will come out behind us, and we're now up to P12, and we might be in contention for a point. We are just 1.5 seconds away from the fight for a point. There it is, in front of us. Still need to save a lot more fuel. We're at 3.9 kilos underfueled. We can take 0.8 kilos off that because we're a lap down, as you can see. Where is George? He might lap us a second time. That would certainly help if he does, because that would take another 0.8 kilos off our fuel deficit. So I really would like a safety car, even a VSC. I'd really like a VSC right now.
Copy. Copy.
I wonder if I can pick off Colapinto. I think if I can get past Colapinto, then the point is on. Colapinto should be going the distance now. Ocon I don't know about, but if we can get past Colapinto, I'm fairly confident we can get past Ocon.
Copy.
Okay, copy. Yeah, copy.
I can hear Science behind me.
Copy.
Oh, there he is. I thought he was a little bit closer than that. Make a move for the hairpin. Ah, nope.
Copy. Okay.
Oh, he's out of battery, look. I think he's out of battery. I don't have a lot, but I think he might be out of battery because he suddenly, his light flashed and he backed off a bit. Have another go.
Copy.
Nope. We're the ones out of battery. You can hear how slow our acceleration was there. And now we're under real pressure from Science. Don't lose him. No. Come on, Fernando. Oh, yellow flag. Safety car. Thank you. Who was that for? Was that contact with us? Oh, no. I thought that was a car sideways in Mirabeau, but it's just turning the corner. Oh, it's Limblad Bortoletto. They're both out. And I am wondering whether or not to put a set of softs on. I think the answer to that is no, that we stay out on these tyres and just see if anyone boxes in front of us. We cannot beat Albon. Oh, no, wait. We are in Albon's pit window. Albon's too far behind Hadjar, so Hadjar's got a free stop.
I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Now, this was at turn 1. Not a lot of wiggle room here.
This is Lindblad's fault.
And the contact between the cars, inevitable. Now, their confidence.
Yeah, just
will
a
have
little
taken
nudge. I
hit
don't know if
with
you
that.
spotted it. There's a little nudge into the back of the Audi, and that just pushed him straight through into the barrier there. Let's see if we see another replay of that, because we're still hanging around on these cars. Leaders are in. Can't click away from them yet. No audio for Lindblad. Clear Bortoletto's car.
Is he okay?
Do I box Alonso? I've got the leaders actually boxed and have come out ahead of the safety car, I think. Yeah, they have.
Heading to Sandoval.
Here we go. Watch. There'll be a little tiny nudge.
And unable
There.
to do anything about that
Tiny
crash.
little nudge.
I imagine their confidence will have taken a knock.
And that was enough to send him straight on. That tiny little bit of
And look at the
contact just
team there.
basically
They all
just
knew what
launched
that
him
moment meant.
straight off the track into the barrier. But I've got a little bit of a window here now because the safety car hasn't come out yet. So I can wait and see if Sainz boxes, and then if he does, I could maybe box myself. Ocon hasn't boxed, Colapinto hasn't boxed, Albon hasn't boxed. Looks like those guys might be going the distance then, or trying to go the distance. Sainz didn't box. Taking my team principles seriously with that hat. Yep, I am a man of many hats. I have my Aston hat. I have my Vodafone McLaren hat. I have my Michael Schumacher hat.
Which position are we in?
My Damon hat's just for me. My Damon Hill hat. But I've got a Ferrari hat. I've got a Mercedes, a McLaren West hat as well. I've got a Silverstone hat. And there will be more hats at some point in the future. But I figured it's a fun little thing to do is to have the right hat on to represent the team that we're running. And so I'm running these guys. Let's run an Aston hat. Didn't cost me that much. eBay is my friend. Right. Still no boxing from the cars in front of us. I was hoping they would box. They haven't. I'm very tempted to throw it into the pits. I'd only lose out to sights, maybe. Oh no, I thought Hulkenberg was further behind. He's not. It's that weird thing that the timings do. Evening, Army. Oh, I'm not even in harvest. I thought I was. No. Just looking to save a little bit of wear on the battery.
Copy. Copy.
I am the Hat Master. I'm a man of many hats. Hulkenberg is too close. If I box, I'll come out behind him and Lawson and Behrman. I'll beat Valtteri out, but I am going to get to unlap myself as well.
The tires feel good.
So I'd rather
Keep going.
not lose out track position and then have to fight through the entire field before I can unlap myself, because then I'm just going to lose any chance I've got of catching up to Colapinto and Ocon and Albon. So theoretically we're in a really good place, but we've got to wait for the instruction to let everyone through, and then it's how quickly we can make our way through. Because if Colapinto gets even just 5 seconds away from us, that's going to make it hard to catch him. Luckily, Ocon and Albon, their tyres are in much worse condition. Did Stroll get hit again? No, Stroll crashed himself, trying to catch up to the pack. After starting from the safety car, he then made it through the first sector and immediately crashed. He locked up at Mirabeau, went straight on into the barrier, ended the race. And then we had Perez and Gasly retire in the second Portier a couple of corners later, also on the first lap. So yeah, Stroll's getting fired from the race seat. He's getting demoted to our affiliate pool after this Grand Prix. And a reminder, don't forget, we will potentially have an Aduo to deal with when we finish this Grand Prix, so stick around for that, because I have no idea what's involved there. Going to take a quick break now that the field is boxed up, and we'll be back underway very soon. Doing well with fuel, says Mike on. Yeah, we're down to 1.5 kilos, and there is the instruction for lap cars to overtake. That means we are now going to get that that 0.8 kilo deficit back, because we're not going to be lapped anymore. But it's going to be a little while yet before it's going to clean air. See if that helps us punch through.
Copy.
Come on, get out of the way, Hamilton. Is that Hamilton or is it Leclerc? No, it's Leclerc. Out the way, Norris. There we go. Out the way, George. Quickly. This is starting to scamper away from me. They've got to get past the safety car yet. There we go. Right, we've managed to stay close to the pair of them in front. That was important. That was very important, because Albon got away quickly, and he's got a 7-second gap. 8-second gap. Well, about 7 seconds-ish to Ocon. We've now got a little bit of spare tyre wear. Evening, PR. So, next lap is when the safety car is going to come in. It's crossing the line now. Still more cars unlapping themselves. Look how far behind they are. We have no threat from behind. I tell you what, I am very tempted now to box, given the gap to Sainz. Oh no, wait, it's still sorting itself out. Still not doing full pace. It's 14 seconds. 15 seconds. Oh, I don't know. Do I take this gamble? Yes. I am going to take this gamble. I'm going to lose ground, but I'm going to be on fresh, soft tyres, and I can push them. I can be aggressive with them. This is a gamble to make sure I get out in front of Sainz. Bad stop now will absolutely kill us. Sainz is going to get me. He's going to get me. 2.6 seconds. Ah, no, I've lost too many places. Shouldn't have made the gamble. Ah. Damn it. All right, well, let's push these tyres. Save a little bit more fuel still. Safety cars in. They're rounding Anthony Noakes now. It's green flag, so I can push. I can't overtake until we get to the start-finish line, but I'm not close enough to overtake yet. But, like I said, brand new soft tyres. I can catch back up to Sainz. No problem at all. Don't know if I can catch up to Colapinto and Ocon. It was a gamble. I probably shouldn't have taken it, but I just saw an opportunity to get out on fresh tyres ahead of Sainz, push like crazy to get back on these three, and really go for a points position. I mean, we're still in 17th. We're still beating our sponsor target. We're now behind Bottas, but we'll catch him quickly. But then we've got to try and actually punch our way through, and that's going to be a little bit trickier. not going to use the battery in full-out attack mode yet until we get the tyres at the temp. And we still got that little bit more fuel to save, but that's not too much. New fastest lap for George. It is a 1:13.9. I'd like to think we might have a chance of beating that, if we're very lucky. Given that we are on brand new tyres. Oh no, wait, George was on brand new tyres, wasn't he? He stopped at the beginning of the safety car. So yeah, we're not beating that. But we are taking a bit of a bite out of Bottas now that our tyres are fired up.
Copy.
We're going to go hunting. It's going to be a very aggressive last 16 laps here for us. Right, Hunter's on. 4 seconds to Valtteri. You know the really annoying thing? Look at Albon's pace. He's struggling. Sainz took a big bite out of him. The gap's 9 seconds now. It's 13 seconds last lap. There's Valtteri.
Copy.
Fernando, I believe in you.
Understood.
Okay.
Pass you, but I can see you. Yeah, under 2 seconds. That's easily a personal best in the first sector for us. Oh, Max has got an issue.
I have a problem. Engine, I have a problem. Okay.
There's no way through here, so we're going to have to wait till the end of the lap and turn the battery back on again. Look how quickly George has bolted away from Norris. I don't think Norris stopped. Russell put on brand new soft tyres, and he's 6 seconds clear.
Copy.
Lovely.
Copy.
Good job. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, another
Yes,
safety car
yeah.
now would be fantastic. Battery crashed. We spooked him. Yeah, he hit the inside wall.
Car in the wall.
All right, next up, Ollie Behrman, who is on fresh tyres.
Copy.
Well, fresher tyres. They're not perfectly fresh. He's done a few laps on them. Norris is now 7.3 seconds behind Russell. Russell's absolutely flying away from everybody else here. Everyone else is on soft tyres going, come on, let me through. I want to go after George. And yeah, George is long gone.
Copy.
My favourite bit of radio from Alonso is, yes, bye-bye. That's my favourite bit. Every time we get an overtake, I hit the replay just to see if we can get that one in rotation. Straight mode here. I'm not sure why it shows straight mode. It should say boost, I think, because straight mode is always active, unless it's a yellow flag, whether you're within a second or not. I think that should really say boost, because that's when you get when you're in 1 second, you get that extra half a megajoule of energy to deploy. So that goes up to 12, and that goes up to 9, because you get to harvest an extra megajoule, half a megajoule as well. So let's see. We should be in range. Across the line. No. We're just out of range. Just out of range. So we're going to have to wait for the next lap to get that.
Okay.
Copy. Copy. Copy.
Copy.
My ERS is quicker when you play, yours doesn't. Have you installed the binary? There we go. Now you see we've got that extra half a megajoule each.
Copy.
10 laps to go. I'm not close enough this lap. Let's stay in harvest mode.
Okay.
There's only really a couple of spots where you can overtake on this circuit. I tell you what, George is steaming up at such a rate that we'll get through just by dint of being able to catch the blue flags. And look at this. Everyone's caught Albon. We are now in a train up to 9th. The mod is, yeah, it's linked in the video description. But you need to install the binary if you're going to use the 2026 regs.
That is okay.
And that's the executable file, the F1 Manager exe. That's what you need to install as well.
Okay.
Go, super battery, go!
Copy.
Yeah, copy.
Confirm.
I'll go through it with you when the race finishes. I'll go through the folders and show you what you need to do.
Copy.
George is coming up on us, isn't he? Leclerc is through on Norris now.
Copy.
Where is George? There he is. He's coming up fast. And this means I can start pushing fuel again.
Okay.
Come on, get
Okay.
back in speed, get back in speed. Don't let him through. There we go. Worried for a second then. Oh, come on. Let me through. No.
Copy. Understood.
Okay.
No, don't go to the outside. You want to go to the inside.
Copy.
Ah, damn it. George is carving his way through. I think I just ran out of battery. No, I didn't. Just didn't get a very good exit. Albon's punctured. He's in the pits. I knew those tyres would be iffy. Because he boxed so early. He's so lucky he punctured where he did. He's not actually going to drop a position before he hits the pits. And that gets me up to P14, and now I'm in a straight fight with everyone up to and including Ocon for a point. Piastri with an issue.
Copy.
There we go, that's P13.
Let's go.
Can I get someone out of the tunnel? I wasn't quick enough to click. Ah, damn it. That was my yes, bye-bye. I'm going to be pissed. Ah! Take that, Hulkenberg. Oh, my word. I've got to run. Oh, wow. I've got to run on Sainz.
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh, he's punctured. Has he? Or was that just sparks? There's us forcing our way through there. And then we immediately, because he got such a slow exit.
Let's go, guys.
Oh, that was a bit downcast. Right, we'll try and get some audio for getting past Sainz. It's a puncture. We're in the points. I thought it was a puncture. Oh, wow. Point. We're off for a point.
And there's been quite a
And
crash.
Sainz crashed. I
Right
thought I
then,
had a
you can
shunt.
take a look now.
That would be why
Now
we
we're
had
watching
the
Carlos Sainz here.
yellow flag. Oh, he just clipped
The
the
car
wall up.
makes contact. Well, they may have been
Minor
keen to
wing
leave their
damage.
mark, but I think that was a little too literal, don't you?
There's Leclerc trying to punch his way through. I might yet even get Colapinto
And you
in
can
ninth.
just feel the frustration from the team watching on the monitors.
Copy.
There is Leclerc and Verstappen and Norris and Piastri and Antonelli and Hadjar and Hamilton. All of them in a line going all the way back through to Massenet. Evening, Mugu. Yeah, we've definitely ridden our luck a little bit. But, I mean, I didn't think Albon's tyres would be in very good shape. So I knew he would be slow. I didn't think we'd be able to catch back up to him because I thought we'd struggle to get through some of the traffic. But George helped a little bit. A puncture for Ocon helped. A puncture for Albon certainly helped. And just being really aggressive on those much fresher soft tyres allowed us to punch our way through when we needed to. It worked out better than I could have hoped. And now we need to break away quickly before Leclerc turns up. We've got Colapinto 3.5 seconds ahead. We're going to see him in a moment. We're also seeing Leclerc there behind us coming up to lap us, as is Verstappen. Norris slipping down a little bit. There is Colapinto. He's just 2.5 seconds. We've taken a second out of him already. We're going to finish in 9th here, boys. This is amazing. That's Carlos Sainz getting blue flagged. Calm the tyres down a touch, because we're going to get blue flagged as well pretty soon, and I want to try and punch my way past Colapinto as we're getting back up to speed. So we're going to make sure we've got plenty of battery, calm the tyre temps down a bit, and then just go absolutely full beans the second that Leclerc gets in range. We can go up to minus 0.8. I don't want to go that high. But we've got a little bit more wiggle room still on the fuel. We've got 4 laps, but it'll be 3 the second we... No, it is 4 laps, isn't it? Because Russell's already lapped us. The tyre temps are calming down. Unfortunately, Leclerc and Verstappen separating a little bit. Hoping we could get past by both of them cleanly at the same time, so that we didn't then just fall back and then lift and fall back and lift and then get caught by Norris and Piastri and Antonelli and Hadjar. Right, I think the blue flag's coming. I think it's coming. Max is still close, so he's going to blue flag us as well. But we need to jump on the accelerator as soon as Max gets close. There's just letting him through. Right. On the attack. Got to get this overtake done before Norris hits the back. Colapinto's going to have to pull over twice. He's going to have to pull over for Charles Leclerc, and then he's going to have to pull over for Verstappen. The Leclerc will back him up a bit, because that'll probably happen here at the hairpin, and then Leclerc will probably get him, Verstappen will probably get him in the tunnel, and we need to try and sneak our way through at the same time. Oh no, Leclerc hasn't got him yet. Now Leclerc gets him.
Okay, copy.
I couldn't get him. Can I get him on the acceleration here, though? No. Right. Norris has still not caught the back of Sainz yet, so we're still okay. Come on, Fernando, you got this. You got this.
Okay, understood.
Yep, copy.
Copy.
I'm not close enough. I've got no battery left. Shit.
Copy.
Copy.
I've got to stay close. I hope I get an opportunity. Colapinto's slow. Sainz is closing in, which means Norris is going to be closing in. Running out of time, running out of fuel. I've got tyres, not quite got enough battery.
Copy.
Can't get too greedy. That's what happened to us last night. Trying to get a little greedy with Jensen. Trying to go for second instead of making sure we kept third, and we lost third and ended up fourth.
Copy.
I'm okay on fuel for now, but I am watching it like a hawk, trust me. We have to get Sainz is right on us, and Norris is coming. We have to get this done here in the tunnel. We can't get it done here, we're not going to get it done at all. Damn it. We're not going to get him.
Russell wins it! First over the line. And coming in first, it's George Russell.
A very comfortable win for George tonight. A mile ahead of Norris.
And it's thoroughly deserved. A hugely talented driver and undoubtedly a worthy winner.
Yeah, there we go. We couldn't get ninth. And in the end, Sainz ran out of battery, I think. Couldn't actually threaten us there at the end. But we have a point. Holy moly. We have a point. And that will move us
Fantastic, guys.
up the order for sure.
Proud of you guys.
I take my hat off
Now,
to you.
didn't Fernando Alonso look
Fernando,
really
that was a
great out there
superb drive.
today?
I tell you what, they had to work hard for those points today. What a phenomenal achievement that is.
The team has been waiting patiently there, and you can see just how much it means to each and
Sounds
every
like a
one
race
of them.
win for us. Getting the
And
point.
right now, it's the British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
4 wins from 6. And the Monaco trophy.
Always a special occasion here in the incomparable Monte Carlo. They'll be pushing the boat out here tonight, no doubt.
Leclerc has to
So,
settle for
Karun,
second.
the garage is full of activity. What's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance,
And we
but it
saw
was
the
a
other
different
driver
story
get
for
himself
the
a
other.
P45.
Definitely positives there, though.
And thank you everyone for joining us this weekend here in Monaco.
5 crashes.
Formula One will be back to
5.
Europe for the next round on the shores of the
How can
Mediterranean.
one driver
with
crash
some
that many
heated
times?
Competition to look forward to in Spain.
On his own. In one Grand Prix weekend. Boggles the mind. So, confirmation of the final result. It is George winning the Grand Prix at a canter in the end. 16 seconds, almost a pit stop clear of Charles Leclerc. Max takes third. Norris in fourth, managing to hang on. Despite his tyres really starting to struggle at the end there. Oscar in fifth, Antonetti sixth, seventh for Hadjar, eighth for Hamilton, ninth for Colapinto, and would you look at that, 10th place for Fernando Alonso. And it was not at all likely when we made that rash pit stop onto softs. Yeah, we were way out of position down in 17th. And I thought, have I left myself too much to do here? And I thought I had. And we pulled it off somehow. 11th, Carlos Sainz ended up very close to us in the closing lap, but couldn't quite stay with us up to the line. Nico Hulkenberg in 12th, 13th for Ollie Behrman, 14th for Lawson, 15th for Albon, 16th for Valtteri, 17th for Ocon, and then 5 retirements. Lance Stroll, the first to retire at Mirabeau on the first lap. A couple of corners later, Perez and Gasly both retiring through Portier. Then Lindblad retired and Bortoletto retired. The two of them having a collision at Saint-Devote quite late on. That brought out that safety car. Bit of an interesting Grand Prix. The one stop was certainly working for us, and we could possibly have still got ninth. Well, I don't know if we could have got ninth place if we hadn't boxed. Because we'd still have been behind Colapinto, and our tyres would have been about the same as his by that point. So, might have been able to get Colapinto, might not. But we got a point. That's the most important thing. I can't complain about that at all. In the driver's standings, George is top with 151 points. His 4th win of the season moves him 50 points clear of Max, who moves into 2nd place. Kimi struggling a little bit after a strong start with a sprint win and a race win. 3 podiums, but just 8 points this weekend. He's now on 96. Charles Leclerc moves ahead of Lando Norris into 4th place. He has 86 points. Then it's Norris with 81. Oscar up to 72 now. Then it's Hadjar with 48. Hamilton with 32. Behrman has 17 points. Gasly and Ocon both 8 points apiece. Then we have Colapinto with 6 points. Bortoletto with 4. Lawson with 2. Hulkenberg with 1. And Fernando Alonso with 1. Okay. Then we have Sainz, Lindblad, Albon, Bottas, Perez, and soon to be fired, Lance Stroll. In the constructors' standings, Mercedes top with 247 points. They are almost 100 points clear after just 6 rounds of the championship. That is a big old margin. Big old margin. They are, let's see, 96 points clear. No, 94 points clear. Yes, 94 points clear of McLaren, who are in 2nd. They're only 4 points clear themselves of Red Bull on 149. Ferrari lagging a little bit on 118. Like I say, Hamilton's had some weird gremlins in the car this year. He's looked strong at points, and then his pace has just dropped off for no reason at all. And it's not his stats, because I did give his stats a little bit of a buff to bring him in line with Charles Leclerc. So it's not like he's massively down on Charles Leclerc like he was originally. Alpine up to 14 points in 6th. 7th is Audi. 8th is RB. We're in 9th. Woo! Ahead of Williams and Cadillac in 11th. In the pit stop challenge, best stop goes to Red Bull. They also got the slowest stop as well, at 2.61. What was our best stop? At 2.63. So we just missed out by a couple of hundredths. RB getting 2nd and 9th. So both Red Bull and RB bookending the either end of the table here. McLaren getting 3rd, Williams 4th and 8th, Mercedes 5th, 6th and 7th for Ferrari. Let's see what it's done to the standings. McLaren top with 127. RB move up into 2nd place with 90. Red Bull into 3rd with 83. We stay on 72 points and drop 2 places into 4th. Ferrari, big points to them, sees them up to 5th place and now just 6 points behind us. Then it's Aston Martin. Oh no, we're not Cadillac, we're Aston. Cadillac still in 4th place. Aston, that's us. Force of habit from 6 seasons as a boss of Cadillac. We are in 6th place, down 2 places though. 59 points, so we're 7 behind Ferrari. Williams up 2 places, they're on 39, 20 points behind us, so we've got a little bit of a cushion at the moment. Then it's Mercedes with 34, Alpine with 30, Audi with 6, Haas with 0. So, easily made our target of 20th. And Stroll, all he had to do was just finish the Grand Prix. He would have easily hit this 21st to a higher target, but he couldn't even make it round around the first lap. He could only barely make it a sector. So, yeah, less said about that, the better. Okay, so Taito Kato gets a rating point up to a 67 overall. We have a spare side pod that is going nowhere near Lance Stroll. And now we have some fun stuff to do behind the scenes. So let's deal with our inbox first of all. Let's check in with the board, actually, before we do anything else. Look at that. Delighted. Fantastic. Woo. The board are delighted with a point, as they damn well should be, because I had to work really freaking hard for that one. Okay, into the inbox. Stroll is renegotiating his contract. Okay. Because we're trying to get his wage bill down. Look at all the parts he destroyed. He destroyed 3 chassis this weekend. 3 front wings and 2 suspensions. I want to kill him. Jesus Christ. Right, Mark Robertson as a new head of aero. Really? I was looking to replace Greg, but he's actually better than Greg. How? He's up 2 points, 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 the same, up a point, up 2 points. His overall rating is lower? I do not get that. I do not get that. That's weird. That's very weird. That is so weird. It's going to cost me a lot to break that contract. Yeah, so that's going to have to wait, I think, till maybe the end of the season. Oh, God, Aaron's back. Who else did we scout? Sean Whitehead. Much better, but 63 years old, probably at the peak of his powers, might even start to slow down or even go backwards slightly. Definitely one to keep an eye on. And who was the other one we scouted? Peter Mashin. He would be a big step up, and he's only 49. He's only a year older. I think that's our prime candidate then, is Peter Machin, because there's still plenty of time for him to improve before he ages out. He's still got another 10 years, I think. All right. We have a candidate. Let's mark him. That's the one we want. But we've got to wait till the end of the season and then try and buy out then, I think. Let's have a look at what Stroll's counter-offer is. He wants an extra season. He wants 750k less than he's earning now. He wants a signing bonus. And he wants the bonus threshold to be improved to 19th. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm going to take the signing bonus away. I'm going to leave that there because he's not going to be in the car anymore. So, I'm going to go back to that. I have to wait a couple of days. You know what? I probably shouldn't have done that. What we're going to do is we're going to wait and see whether he accepts that offer. I know I offered him a seat. We're going to move him over. And if he accepts the offer, we're not going to apply the contract, but we are going to then go in and edit his salary down to match what he's agreed to. And that way we'll keep him in the affiliate pool because he's not going to accept an affiliate contract. But he doesn't have a choice. He's going in the affiliate pool because he just cost me an arm and a leg. In terms of how much he cost me 3 front wings. That is 750,000. He cost me 3 chassis. That is 1.65 million. He cost me 2 suspensions. That's another 600,000. So he cost me about 3 million. And a lot of time as well. That's why he's getting demoted. What is missing? There we go. It's that nice preview. Get rid of that. So, let's hit save. There we go. So you've got it sorted, Army, with the realistic racing. You know what you've done, what to do on that now, yeah? Because I can go through it very quickly if you want. All right. Database editor. Our save is in, and that's the wrong save. That's the one we want. So. There we go. That worked. Just doing it that way. So Stroll is here. He's still on the same contract. But Ricciardo is now in the seat. He's on 2.2 mil till the end of next season. We should probably give him a little bump. So whatever we take off of Lance Stroll, we'll give to Daniel Ricciardo. But we're probably going to bump Ricciardo back into the affiliate pool at the end of the season anyway, because we're going to sign, hopefully, Ollie Behrman. So, we should theoretically have... There we go. Okay, this turning point summary lists what each engine manufacturer is expected to improve or worsen in its... Renault, that's us. Renault is Honda. Power noticeably improved, fuel efficiency significantly improved, engine durability improved, ERS improved, gearbox notably improved. Okay. Approve that turning point. Engine successfully updated. Performance. engines. Ooh, yeah, that's gone up from 80% to 84.9. Nice. Nice. We gained almost 5%. Isn't this save an earlier save? No, because I hit the save button right before. If we go to calendar, you can see Monaco is complete. Next Grand Prix is Spain. But yeah, we got a nice little bit of extra power on our engine there. An extra almost 5%. Fuel efficiency is now third best on the grid, but only just behind the Mercedes. So effectively second best on the grid with Mercedes. We're better than Audi and better than Red Bull. Engine durability is still down a bit. 72, 68, 76, 66. So we've still got the worst engine durability. ERS durability is still the worst, but the gap is less. Gearbox durability is not the worst anymore. Red Bull and Audi both have 64. Ferrari has 62. We're up to 63.5. So that's good. I like that. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So we need to make that into an actual save. We need to reduce that down, open up my save game shortcut and move that up there. Oops, not that much. Open up my downloads, bring that down a bit, take our freshly created save, drag and drop, replace, close and close. And now if we load, we should see Daniel Ricciardo. Ta-da! We've got rid of Stroll. Well, I say we got rid of Stroll. He should be in our affiliate pool. Let's go to drivers. There it is. You can be as miserable as you like. You're not getting back in the car. Not after that performance. We're going to put you on marketability. What is this? Ben's got really rubbish marketability as well, hasn't he? 60. Are you good for anything, Stroll? Jesus. Well, he's in marketability now. So, because that's the role that we had Ricciardo hired for. Daniel Ricciardo takes over the second car. Now we can be a little bit more sharing with our parts. Because I trust Ricciardo a hell of a lot more than I trust Stroll. A hell of a lot more. We've got some bits to make. We can make another wing. How much money have I got? Oh, not much. Rear wings on both. Side pods on both. Front suspension on both. Underfloor is on both. Right, we're going to need to make another front wing because somebody broke a lot of them this weekend. Let's make 2. I do need other parts as well, but I just don't have the funds for those. Lawrence won't be happy. Lawrence can go swivel. He hired me to run this team the way I want to run this team, and I'm running the team I want to run this team, and that does not include Baby Stroll. Baby Stroll got sacked to sack to sack. Baby Stroll got sacked to sack to sack. Baby Stroll got sacked to sack to sack. He got sacked. Woo! When is my next payday from the sponsors? Right before we go to Austria. Okay, so we've got an ATR period coming to an end. Pretty sure we used our hours this time. Check. Please tell me I used my hours. Yes, I did. Good. Alright, so we have more upgrades on the way. 6 days, so after Barcelona, the suspension will be available, and then 2 weeks and a day for the rear wing. So yeah, there we go. That's our first engine upgrade, and we have used the database editor to do what other teams get to do in real life, but we haven't been able to do, and that's swap our drivers with our affiliates. I like that. I do think we're going to have to, as I say, if we can get Stroll to accept that reduced contract, I might give Ricciardo a little bit of a bump. He's only going to be in the car till the end of the season, because we're still looking to sign a better driver for next year. Did I make an offer to Ollie Behrman? I can't remember. Yes, we did. We're waiting to see if Behrman is going to sign. So he'll be in the car next season, and we'll put Ricciardo at the end of the year. We'll put Ricciardo back into the affiliate pool, and then we'll put Stroll back in. And then Stroll can go out the door. Ricciardo will have his affiliate job back in marketing. And Ollie Behrman will be our new number 2 driver to partner up with our little Spanish wizard, Fernando. Quick tour of the facility, see if anything's knackered. Ooh, yes. Let's... just going to miss it, look. Okay, well, c'est la vie. We need 200k or 1.2 mil, so it's advance time. It's going to be warm, not expecting rain. Well, it's going to be rain on the Saturday, but not on race day. Definitely not as warm as we have seen in the past, so tyres might be fine to go at normal pace. We might need to save tyres a little bit. Given how bad our tyre wear is, soft, medium, soft is not going to be an option for us. Soft, medium, medium for Alonso, maybe even soft, hard, medium might be something that we have to go with. But we shall cross that bridge when we get to it, which will be tomorrow. That is it for this evening. If you have enjoyed tonight's race and you haven't already done so, give us a thumbs up. It would be much appreciated. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, and click on the bell for notifications for all things Jim Bob as well. I will be back at the usual time, 8 PM tomorrow for round 7 as we head to Barcelona with, hopefully, some new additions behind me. And yeah, until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.